I threw the link of the notes in the chat, so if everyone can go in and just edit attendees, that'd be great. Then first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming. I don't think we have any new attendees, but if we do, would you like to introduce yourself, or if anyone has anything to say? Don't have to be a new attendee. You can just say hello. We will follow the TAG Code of Conduct, which is available in the notes if anyone wants to review. Feel free. Okay, so we don't really have any open topics or any agendas formally, but what we can do is review the last open discussions and see what the ARs and was there any updates from there. So the actions that we were looking at was I'll just copy them all and put them in above for now. And see if there's any update. So has anyone had the chance to review any of the ARs in the GitHub? I do have them open, sorry, when you're sharing. So one of the issues we were looking at was tagging them. One for comms or for green group or whatever group, just to make them know exactly. So you can see here working groups comms, and there are issues we can start tracking. So there is a few that are starting to be tagged for comms. Leo has.
Yeah, I wrote in chat. We also have a project board, which we can use. I linked it in chat. So there's like just all the ones that are labeled with working group comms on the project board. So
I'll add that project board to our notes. Thank you. Oh no, I didn't have that link, thank you. So it'd be nice if we can start looking at these and seeing if any of them are feasible for us that we can do. Well, there's quite a few in progress as well. I don't know, should we start going through them as a group and see? I'm sorry, I just open up the notes again. When I'm sharing, it's blocking my tabs. That's why I keep moving, sorry. So the ones with no status are how to improve onboarding and new tag environment contributors. Make the meetings more engaging and provide more value for attendees. Website translate to German, and OSS EU in Vienna. Leo.
yeah, so the one website translation to German, this one is in progress. There's already a couple of PRs merged to do translations. I think the first one, how to improve the onboarding of new tag contributors, is like sort of I don't know if there's like an action item, to be honest, because as far as I remember, but I need to look. It's more like a tracking issue because it's like an ongoing thing that we need to improve the onboarding. So one of the roles in this working group is for contributor experience. So maybe we can just link this up to the one that we have like defining working group comms roles. So the first one in backlog, sort
Yeah,
of.
kind of add them together. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you have like somebody in the working group who just is like, I don't know, reflecting on contributor experience and trying to improve contributor experience, we kind of tackle this issue, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll take to do that. And so I think these are assigned to myself and Claire, most of these ones. So if anyone sees anything they want to get involved in, just add yourself to it. So in progress, identify users and stories and data, schedule monthly Asian friendly tag meetings. Cara was on that. Must reach out and see if was there any updates on that. Cloud Native Sustainability Week 2024. I know, Leo, you were looking into that and organising a meetup.
Yeah, so this year we have other leads to mainly organize this. So Nancy and I think Julie, you also mentioned that you're interested in supporting
Yeah,
this, and then Karen and Alessandro. So a few are like more in charge of leading this and hosting the meetings. So this is in progress. I think the first meeting is already scheduled or something. Yeah.
I think it's scheduled for the 24th. I was just looking at the calendar there first.
But the 24th, I think this is like a different meeting. That's the getting started meeting.
Oh, getting started, sorry.
Yeah. I think the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, I need to check. We created a new Slack channel 2 weeks ago, last week or something. And let me see. Monday the 15th.
yeah, exactly. We closed the doodle this morning and with Nancy because we collected enough feedback from people to agree on a date. And it's going to be a weekly meeting on Monday from 3:30 to 4 or 4 to 4:30. I don't remember by heart. So she reached out to Christina so we can announce it on social media and start planning. So 4 to 4:30. That's now the time. So yeah, it's ongoing now.
Yeah, the note. Okay, so go back to the notes. Sorry, this is a bit of a nuisance. Weekly meetings. That's so as we could see from the project board, Claire has started adding owners to the different projects as well. But if you want to get involved, if there's one that sticks out to you, please have a look and add your name. We had the charter that was shared. Now we do need to update the charters as well. We have, I'll just make this down. And that was done below. That was last week's actions. Have we any open discussions for this week?
Tomorrow, the article that have been written from our cloud engineer that went to KubeCon will be released tomorrow, and I'm tagging in this article, of course, CNCF and all the tag that we are joining. So I can add a special mention in the article about this group. I've linked the GitHub and the website for the environmental sustainability group. And I'm planning to do more LinkedIn posts coming weeks also on this.
Excellent. Leo, you just butt in, and if I don't see the hands, just come in and interrupt me. Apologies.
No worries. Yeah, I think for the roles, it would make sense, I think, to reach out to some of the other like groups. So for example, in Kubernetes, there's like a contributor experience group or a SIG. And we also have a different tag for contributor strategy. Because I think like most of the roles that we have, like blog and website and so on, these are things that also other like groups need to deal with. So probably they can help us bootstrapping like the responsibility of blog lead or something. Yeah. So I think this would be a nice action item until next week that we can maybe ask a few people. Usually they are very keen to help on these things. So we get this started, because I think like also Claire is on, she mentioned like on vacation for 3 weeks, so for quite some time. So maybe if somebody else could also take a look at this, so we yeah, have like some kind of a document until like in the next weeks or so would be nice.
I'll take that air, and now I will reach out to you, Leo, just to point me in the right direction of whom
Yeah, sounds
would be
great.
the best one. I'll remove it from here. The roadmap as well, Claire isn't here, but this is something I think we need to create an issue for in our backlog and just start documenting. Like, I know we have our calendar, whether all the events go into our calendars, and we, even if it's like a Gantt chart style or something, that we can start documenting what's coming up in a high level.
Yeah. So Claire already opened an issue
Is there one there?
for
Sorry.
this. I link it in chat.
Or just look at the board.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, it's here. Yeah. So it is in the backlog. It is something I think we need to do, and to keep ahead of so we done well the last KubeCon. Just we won't find it till it comes around again. And with OSS coming up, and there is some other different open source events, just so we can keep track of them all. So the action is to start updating the roadmap. Even all.
And
Yeah, so how the other working group does it like in two ways. So they have like a big overview, so like 3 items or something for the next quarter. And then each of these items has like a lot of smaller issues, which are then like on the project board. So like maybe we could do the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if this applies to this working group, but I think like having like a very broad overview where we want to reach in like a year, I think would be very nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just that you have an overall, that way it makes it more manageable. Have we a link to the other groups? And maybe we could just use it as an example.
I can find a link. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just like quarter 1, quarter 2, and so on. And then there's like a couple of items. So I think for the next quarter, we have like 3 packages. Like one package is how to visualize the metrics and collect the metrics. Another one is benchmarking. And the third one is interaction from projects. So how to pull the binaries and stuff. And getting those things done. And then there's like sub issues to describe like certain items and so on. So I think for this group, for example, like in this next quarter or until summer, getting the roles described, defined, and so on, so that we have like an idea what the responsibility of each section is, might be one. I think also growing more contributors in the working group, I think is also something that we need. Yeah, and then I don't know, maybe something else too. So the stuff, for example, around, I don't know if this is like too small, but having like the event checklist. So for maybe each team or something would be nice to maybe work on something. So I think the event checklist, for example, could be for the events lead, something to work on until summer. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And I'll just push examples here, so they're not, these aren't our. Um,
And then, I mean, at the end, the project from Valeria is also like connected to the working group, right? So getting this started, I think this is like also something which would be very nice. And then maybe, I don't know if we can wrap it up already, like until summer, probably a little bit later. But we can also put stuff like this on a roadmap, and the same thing also for the Cloud Native Sustainability Week. Getting this started and then having it being scheduled for September or so.
yeah,
So we just have like basically everything that we want to do, like on some kind of document or something. Yeah.
Perfect. So that is quite a large AR, so we've to start working on, and everyone can contribute to that.
Yeah, I mean, what we did in the other working group, and it might also be a good thing to do it here, is that we had like a Miro board, and then people just had like areas, and then they just put down their thoughts. So maybe we could do something similar, that we have just, okay, events, what could we do? I mean, we don't need to do it like in the next couple of months, but just that we have like already like some things to discuss about. And I think it's like a low barrier of entry to just write something like a card, put it onto events. It's something we can do in the events part or contributor experience part or social media things. In terms of like maybe, for example, social media, we are doing it, I think, very good, but I'm sure there's like things that we can improve or some, I don't know, getting some burden off Christina, for example. I think this like might be nice to focus on as well, like, until summer. So there's like more, I don't know, people to step in if Christina is on vacation at some point.
And Christina is doing an unbelievable job sharing our events and everything. One suggestion maybe there is that we do up kind of a group, so when a post is shared, that it's shared to with all the people tagged in it, so it reaches a wider audience. And it's a gentle push for us to share it as well.
Yeah, I think stuff like this would be very interesting to discuss. So I think we could do it next week, maybe. Or I don't know if like half an hour is enough time. Probably not.
Well, we can start it anyway, and it can be a work in progress.
True. Yeah.
So we'll take that as an AR for next week to start creating a sharing group, should we call it? All right, I'm very bad at typing when people are watching.
Maybe we can also push a little bit more that a few more people also join this one, because it outlines probably a lot that we will work on in the future, right? So having a little bit more faces in the next meeting to discuss it, or in the next two, if it takes two meetings, would be good. So maybe we can just DM a few people directly and ask them if they have time. Or if they would like to put in their thoughts like beforehand. This is also like an option, right?
So, oh, perfect. That would be great to start get that going as well, and because I do try to share as much as I do. Now, I don't be on LinkedIn as much as I should, but if I get a notification, I would go on and do it as well. Okay, we are on the half. Is there any opens from anybody?
I'm just, Shusha, are you going to create the Miro board or? Is this already assigned to somebody?
It's not assigned to anyone yet. I can create it. I've never done one before, but I can look into it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, otherwise I can also create it, but I think it should be straightforward. We don't need like a whole lot. Okay,
We can sync up on this during the week.
sounds good.
I keep giving you ARs.
No problem.
Well, thank you all very much. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. See you next
Bye.
week. Bye-bye.